Okay, so this is going to be the second part of part 4. I don't know why I'm finding my computer freezes like around 40 minutes. So I'm going to have to start breaking these in half so we're not freezing on you guys. Now, the last thing we were reading was calling upon the emotions. We have to get emotional about the thoughts that we are thinking to give power and expression to the thought. Like we were saying, you could be thinking about something and you have no emotional investment. You're not going to act upon that thought or that idea. But if you have an idea and a thought and you're emotional about it, you have your emotions involved, you're going to be, it's like watering that idea in your own internal world, in the spiritual world. And by the law of growth, that idea will begin to grow. You'll become more emotionally invested into making that idea happen, and you'll begin to act upon it. It'll become more a part of you. It'll start becoming subconscious and a part of your character. This is how you cause creation to come into being. So the emotions must be called upon to give feeling to the thought so that it will take form. How may this purpose be accomplished? This is the vital point. How may we develop faith, the courage, the feeling, which will result in accomplishment? The reply is by exercise. Now, I have a feeling that this is the exercise he's going to give us in this part, so we can start cultivating the feeling to start getting emotional about the mental pictures that he's going to teach us to create. Mental strength is secured in exactly the same way that physical strength is secured, by exercise. We think something, perhaps with difficulty the first time. We think the same thing again, and it becomes easier this time. We think it again and again. It then becomes a mental habit. We continue to think the same thing. Finally, it becomes automatic. We can no longer help thinking this thing. We are now positive of what we think. There is no longer any doubt about it. We are sure. We know. Last week, I asked you to relax, to let go physically. This week, I'm going to ask you to let go mentally. If you practice the exercise given you last week 15 or 20 minutes a day in accordance with the instructions, you can no doubt relax physically. And anyone who cannot consciously do this quickly and completely is not a master of himself. He has not obtained freedom. He is still a slave to conditions. But I shall assume that you have mastered the exercise and are ready to take the next step, which is mental freedom. This week, after taking your usual position, remove all tension by completely relaxing. Then mentally let go of all adverse conditions, such as hatred, anger, worry, jealousy, envy, sorrow, trouble, or disappointment of any kind. You may say that you cannot let go of these things, but you can. You can do so by mentally determining to do so, by voluntary intention and persistence. The reason that some cannot do this is because they allow themselves to be controlled by the emotions instead of by their intellect. But those who will be guided by the intellect will gain the victory. You will not succeed the first time you try, but practice makes perfect, in this as in everything else. And you must succeed in dismissing, eliminating, and completely destroying these negative and destructive thoughts, because they are the seed which is constantly germinating into discordant conditions of every conceivable kind and description. Okay, so maybe he's going to save for the next week or the week after that our lesson and practice for cultivating stronger emotional states and stronger mental states. This is a part of it. This is obviously the basic part of it, because we're still in the process of having mental freedom in our meditations. So again, part 1, we had The exercise was to gain control over the physical body. Part 2 was to not think anything at all, to gain control over your thoughts. Remember, and how we did that was to focus specifically on our awareness and on our just being. Part 3 was letting go, relaxing. So, sitting there, getting control of your physical body, getting control of your mind, relaxing, and now we're letting go of things. We're letting go of the things that possibly bothered us in the past. We're letting go of the things that we still need to take care of, even to this day. We're letting go of it. Just anything and everything. We're just letting it go. Okay? So we're going to have, again, a space of just complete awareness and stillness and being alone in the silence with the Spirit of the universe, with God. Now, ending this lesson with this quote, it is by Wilmans, and he says, "There is nothing truer than that the quality of thought which we entertain correlates certain externals in the outside world. This is the law from which there is no escape. And it is this law, this correlative of the thought with its object, that from time immemorial has led the people to believe in special providence." End quote. So that's the end of part 4. If you made it to the end of this video with me, thank you for watching. And again, Corey, I know it's going to be a minute before people are actually going to be watching these videos. By the time people are actually watching it, remember, you got to have all the fruit on the tree. So this is the process of building all of your fruit on your tree. Even the condition that you're in your life, dude, you're doing so much better. You're about to hit 6 months sobriety this month. In the next 5 days. In 5 days, dude, you're going to be sober from alcohol for 6 months. And by the end of this month, you're going to be sober 6 months from drugs. Dude, you got a new car. You're going to fix up your old business car. Once this is running, you're going to be saving twice as much on gas. You're going to be making an extra $1,200 or having an extra $1,200 a week in your pocket. Remember, again, that's about $5,000 a month that you're going to be keeping to yourself. I mean, of course, you still got to put, that money aside. But, dude, that's a lot of freaking money that you're going to be, bringing back to yourself. And once you get that done, then you're going to start knocking off your debts. You're getting so much closer. You're doing it slowly already. Okay, continue getting out of debt. Clean your slate financially, and start moving forward financially. And then you'll be able to invest whatever money that you have. Remember, it's all about growing yourself. Continue becoming a better person internally. Continue disciplining yourself. You're doing so good. And keep working on the fruits on your tree. And where you want to help those people, in order to help them, you have to have the fruit on your own tree. Because nobody's going to listen to you if you don't have it yourself. So that being said, God bless you, co-creator, other person who watched this video. And I will see you next week for part 5. We have our 30-minute meditation to go through right now. Then after that, we're going to go ahead and eat and do our due diligence with the other things that we have in our life. Now, again, this is going to take some time. It's going to take a long time. If you're already a millionaire or even already making thousands of dollars and you had some residual coming already, of course you'd be able to spend a heck of a lot more time moving in this direction in life. Okay, but you're starting small, one step at a time. It's better to do something and to keep doing something than to not be doing anything at all. Slowly but surely. Or you gotta crawl before you can walk, and you gotta walk before you can run. One day you're gonna be running, and you're gonna be running hard. So that being said, I'll see you in the next video.